What is up? Welcome back to Mind Your Hormones. I am excited to be with you here today. I rarely record 2 episodes in a row, but that's what I'm doing right now. I am still in my car. If you listen to Friday's episode, you know the jam. If you are currently watching on YouTube, you know what's popping off. But I'm excited I'm excited to record this episode with you right now because this is such a simple freaking habit that you can implement so easily every single day that's going to greatly improve your blood sugar and your digestion, which are so crucial for your overall health and wellness, for your energy levels, for your moods, for your cycles, for your fertility, for your longevity, for reducing your chances of getting diabetes and hypertension and Alzheimer's disease. Like, let's freaking go. Of course, we want to make sure that we are prioritizing our health and reducing our risk of all these factors. And this is one way that's really going to help support you doing that because it's helping your blood sugar. And when your blood sugar is dysregulated, it causes all these problems. So like in the short term, so what we're talking about, before I get ahead of myself, what we're talking about is one simple thing that you can do to regulate your blood sugar and improve your digestion. And what that is moving your body after you eat for as little as 10 minutes, okay? That is what is going to easily help regulate your blood sugar. And we're gonna talk about why. But before we talk about why, I wanna talk about some symptoms you might be experiencing if your blood sugar is dysregulated, which I have never, and I don't usually like to say never or always because they're like such extremes, but I have never worked with a client who has not had dysregulated blood sugar. Every single person I've ever worked with has had dysregulated blood sugar. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have a Miracle Worker magnesium in a wine glass right now. Cheers to you if you are also drinking this at the moment. But I've never worked with someone who has not had dysregulated blood sugar because it is something that's so easily able to get dysregulated if we don't know how to properly pair our meals together. We don't know what foods to eat with each other. If you do have PCOS and you have insulin resistant, it's very, very common. By the way, I'm not talking about in this episode how to properly create hormone balanced meals that are blood sugar regulated. I have a free training on that. So if you haven't already downloaded it, it's just called Creating Hormone-Healthy, Hormone Balanced Meals. It's actually a training I pulled straight from the Mind Your Hormones method, because regulating your blood sugar is the first module. It's really step 2, because step 1 of the Mind Your Hormones method is really getting your beliefs and your thoughts and your mindset ready to make a change and ready to show up for yourself and align with the actual goals that you want to have, because a lot of people skip that step, and that's why a lot of people aren't consistent. But anyway, it's the first module, regulating your blood sugar. So I have a whole free training for you pulled straight from that module where you can learn exactly how to create hormone balanced meals, because that is going to literally change the game for you. So I'm not going to get into that. Go check out that free training. It'll be in the show notes. But some signs you might be experiencing if you do have dysregulated blood sugar are headaches or migraines. If you're getting like that really like 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. or just mid-afternoon crash where you're like, holy shit, I literally think I could take a nap right now. Inconsistent energy in general, sleep disturbances, cravings after meals, shakiness in between meals, feeling like you're not satiated after meals. That's like in the short term what it could look like. And then in the long term, this could look like irregular periods, PMS, painful periods, low fertility, ovulation irregularities. Could even then in the more long term can look like type 2 diabetes and hypertension and Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So those are some signs if you're having some dysregulated blood sugar, and why it's also really important. And the reason why moving your body for as little as 10 minutes after you eat is going to help regulate your blood sugar is because when you eat, your pancreas produces the hormone insulin. And insulin is a top tier hormone, which is why regulating your blood sugar is the foundation of having healthy hormones. It has to be in place. I will talk about this for all the rest of time because that's how important it is. But insulin is a top tier hormone, meaning it will either positively or negatively impact the rest of your hormones because it's like the top dog, right? So it's like a domino effect. If insulin is out of whack, it's going to negatively impact every single other hormone in your body. If insulin is rocking on fire, it's like we're ready to go, we're regulated, it's going to positively impact every other hormone in your body. So when you eat, your pancreas produces insulin, and the job of insulin is to take the glucose that's in your bloodstream from when you eat something and shuttle it into the cell. It's like a key that opens up the cell door. It allows the glucose to go into the cell to be used as energy. Now, a lot of times, again, people are insulin resistant, which is why we want to make sure we know how to have proper, how to create hormone balanced meals. Of course, supplementation is part of this as well, lifestyle factors, all the things. But in order to help support our body through this process, we want to use our muscles after we eat, because your muscles will use glucose as energy. So this glucose that's in the bloodstream, if insulin is unable to to properly open up the cell door and get as much of that glucose out of your bloodstream and into your cell as possible. Even if it is doing that's when we're insulin sensitive, which is what we want. We want to be sensitive to insulin. We want our cells to recognize insulin and to allow the glucose to go into the cell to be used as energy instead of staying floating around in the body. But we can help out the process by using our muscles in small ways, and I'll give you some examples, so that this glucose that's in the blood can then be kicked up out of the blood and brought into the muscles to be used for energy there. So it's like the muscles are kind of like a suitcase. It's like holding on to the glucose and using it instead of it being floating around in the body. And then that's causing, these blood sugar spikes, which again, you're going to experience those symptoms that we just talked about. So things that you could easily do after you eat a meal: you can go for a walk. You could walk around your office. You could go up and down the stairs. Again, little as 10 minutes. You could stretch. You could do Pilates flow. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry about this video quality. My phone keeps sliding, but we're working on it. Here we go. You could go up and down the stairs. You could dance around. You could empty your dishwasher, do some laundry. Literally just use your muscles in any way for as little as 10 minutes, because when your muscles are being used, it is uptaking that glucose from your bloodstream and putting it into your muscles so that it is regulating your blood sugar out and getting that glucose out of the bloodstream, which you're going to feel a difference in your energy, in your mood, in your cravings on the short term. And then in the long term, this is going to, again, help your cycles, your fertility, all the things. And that, again, check out because it is really important not just to do this, but to also know how to properly pair your meals. So I can't recommend that free training enough. This link will be in the show notes for that. Okay. And then the other thing, that this is like a win-win-win. Not only is it helping support your blood sugar, but it's also helping your digestion, because when you're moving your body after you eat, it's helping that food break down. Instead of just like eating and sitting and having that food stay stuck sitting in your stomach, you moving your body in any way is going to help your body break down that food. It's just like we're aiding our body and doing things that it already knows how to do, but we're help facilitating the process to make it easier on our bodies and to have your bodies just, be able to be supported as best as we can in these different ways. So it's helping regulate your blood sugar by getting that glucose out of the cell and into the muscles to be used as energy. And it's also helping your digestion because you're helping your food break down more by moving your body. So what can you do for 10 minutes after you eat? Obviously, it doesn't have to be after every single meal. You don't have to go crazy about it, but like, what can you do? Can you go for a walk? Can you jump up and down? Can you do a Pilates flow? Can you just stretch for a little bit? Can you, walk around your office? Can you park if you're like driving somewhere and you're like eating on the go, which I don't always recommend, but here we are, we have to do it sometimes. Can you park the further away from your destination and walk wherever you're going a little bit further? Like, what can you do to just move your body for as little as 10 minutes? Even if it's less than that, do what you can with what you've got, because it's going to help support you no matter what. So that is my action step for you today, is doing that for 10 minutes after you eat. How simple can it be? You're going to notice a difference, and I can't wait to see how much better you feel, not only from doing this, but from also knowing how to properly pair your meals together. This is the foundation of it all. Please don't skip this step. It is so vital, and it's these little things that make the biggest difference. And it's these little things that a lot of people skip because they think it's so small that it's not going to make a difference. Dude, this is the shit that works, okay? I can't wait for you to try it. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you're doing for your 10 minutes. Tag me on Instagram if you follow me there, at Corinne Angelica, and be like, this is what I'm doing for my 10 minutes after my meal. I want you to show up for you. I want to see it. I cannot wait for you to experience the change that you're going to experience after this. What I'm doing sometimes after meals, besides like I do usually do a walk after breakfast, but other meals, I'm unpacking boxes, and damn does that use muscles, okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Whatever you're doing, whatever it is, move your body, get those muscles working, get that glucose out of your bloodstream. Cannot wait to see how much it helps you. I love you so much, and I will talk to you soon.